you have to deal with multiple people when you work.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a project where we wanted to ask people like what are the qualities of a person being effective at his work. So first of
Mm-hmm.
all, I would like to ask you what is the meaning of the word effective in relation to working to a working professional.
Okay. Yeah. So effective, the thing which comes to my mind is having a positive mindset and making a positive impact on the things. Having a positive mindset and a positive attitude and look out towards the thing is very important. Uh, because there is too much of information around, so we need to make sure that we have got the positive mindset uh, to make sure we are focused on delivering the business value.
Okay, can you can
At
you
the same
please
time, mhm.
also explain it with an example so that it can be very easy to understand because many of us are not from the IT background and would not understand the jargons.
So positive lookout meaning just to make sure when the information is thrown a lot, just to make sure that we consolidate it, understand it, and not to worry about it much. Understand the problem statement clearly, and then work towards it rather than rushing on the things. So this is what I mean by the having a positive attitude or lookout, because generally I've seen professionals uh, if without understanding the problem statement, just there is just rush into the things, and eventually increasing the end-to-end time given for the task. So having a positive lookout means clearly understanding the problem statement, making sure to ask right questions at the right time, and take the things to the finishing line as per the decided timeline. So yeah, this is it from the example point of view, and focusing on the quality work. So this is again connected to the earlier point, having the positive lookout, and once the problem statement is clear, it in general is directly connected to having the quality work. Quality work meaning less number of defects in our terms, or less number of defects meaning having the code or having the software working as expected, and meeting the deadlines set by the management.
Okay. So
तो पहले आंसर से हम क्या सीखे? वन हैज़ टू हैव अ पॉजिटिव लुकआउट फॉर थिंग्स. कोई भी सिचुएशन या प्रॉब्लम हो, कुत्ता पीछे लगा ऐसा भागना नहीं. रुको, प्रॉब्लम को ठीक से समझो, and with doing all these things, take your task to the finish line with quality work which has no defects.
So also a lot of us who are currently pursuing the masters in first year, we have a lot of problem in managing our time because of lot of assignments that are being given, then looking out for some internships and all of these things, multiple projects and extracurricular activities that are going on. We are not able to manage our time much more effectively. So I want to ask you that how can a effective person manage his or her time?
Okay, so in general, if a person is not able, if a person is coming and saying to me that he or she is not able to manage the time, meaning he or she is not able to set the right priorities. End of the day, uh, it all comes to the priority. Okay, to how much really if you have got 10 tasks in your hand, where to focus, where to be more focused, and setting up the right priorities. If you are picking up the item which is falling under the, meaning at the leaf level, or if it's at the bottom of the priority and that is being picked up, then the one that has to be handled out at top with quite urgency is then left out, and this is where things fall out. In general, even in the IT industry, I've seen this. Multitasking is the key. It's not like a person will go in sequence. It's quite a dynamic. It's quite a dynamic now the corporate culture is quite dynamic now. That is, a person has to be smart enough to make sure, and when the tasks are assigned, the manager will continuously push the task. Okay, just to make sure that those tasks are gone from his queue, and his queue meaning, yes, he is still accountable for that, but at least the tasks are given. So when I'm giving some tasks to a person, and then if if the person has got 10 different tasks, he or she should be should be good enough to set the priorities, and if any confusion with the priority, discuss with the manager and set the priorities. Having this black and white communication is very important. Otherwise, uh, the assumption from the manager is that I have given the task and those will be finished. And at the end, if it is not, then generally the responses are because I was busy in this was not done. So, and this comes again to the point where setting maybe out of those 10 tasks, the 4 or 5 tasks that it would have been okay even if those have been shifted by one day here and there. But the rest of the ones which were important, if those are left out, then it's gone. So there is nothing, no such thing called we can't manage the time. It's all boils down to setting right priorities. In addition to the priorities, there should be detailed planning of the things. So uh, planning meaning organized. So the person should be organized enough to make sure that he's setting up the priorities, making sure that he or she is having absolutely less distractions as much as possible, because there are distractions. There are distractions in the corporate culture. There are distractions here and there. So if the person is working, he or she should be able to set the right priorities, have less number of distractions, and be purely focused on delivering the. In addition to this, it's a chain, right? It's a chain. So that there is always a scope for delegation. Okay, so and this is where leadership comes into the picture. So you, if I have got 10 things to do and I have to focus on the few, maybe I have got my the colleagues who can support me here, and I can give those to the colleagues and take the accountability. Give those to colleagues, maybe not to give and then leave it. Give it to them, let them finish it, then review and take it to the finishing line. So delegation is the key, especially in talking about the leadership rules, because without delegation, there is hardly there are limitations as well. Meaning, in addition, meaning to handle things parallelly, but still there are limitations. So delegation is the only thing which can help to get the things completed on time and
Okay.
manage the time effectively.
Okay. So
दूसरे क्वेश्चन में सर बोले, अगर कोई अपना टाइम मैनेज नहीं कर पा रहा है, इसका मतलब उसकी प्रायोरिटीज़ ढंग से सेट नहीं है। तो सबसे पहले अपनी प्रायोरिटीज़ सेट करो। उसके बाद हमेशा एक इंसान को ब्लैक एंड वाइट कम्युनिकेशन करना चाहिए। इसका मतलब काला गोरा नहीं रहे, इसका मतलब है क्लियर एंड क्रिस्प कम्युनिकेशन विदाउट रूम फॉर मिस इंटरप्रिटेशन।
because a lot of times you have also told me about this, where people now in corporate culture, the jobs are so fragile that people with 30 years of experience are also scared of losing their jobs. So can you just explain about this and also align it with how being effective and continuously evolving very necessary for a person right now in today's age?
Yeah, it's very important right now with the digital evolution that we have seen across. It's very important that the person is up to the speed on the latest trends and technologies. Example, now ChatGPT, we have got Copilot, there are so many fancy AI tools. So the person has to be smart enough. AI tools is an example, but this is just an example to how a person should be up to the speed on the latest trends in the market. So maybe if you're looking for something, doing something from the scratch may take some time, but at the same time we have it already there on the system on this AI. This information is already there on this AI tool, so it can effective. So the pace that we are moving is not the same which was 10 years ago, and it will not be the same 10 years later. So it's very important for a person to be up to the speed with the latest trends in the market, up to the speed with the latest technology in the market, working in the software industry, it's evolving every day. So yeah, there meaning a person has to be up to the speed, and at the same time, if he or she is up to the speed, at the same time he's keep continuous learning, even if even if anything happens, because end of the day it's a corporate. Uh, Even if the person is doing really good, if there is no business, the person is been laid off. But there is no there shouldn't be any worry about it, because if the person is updated to the skill set that is required in the market, even if it's gone, maybe it has to be taken positively, because there are roles in the market, there are jobs in the market. It's just that even if it's gone, it's gone. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. As long as the person is up to the speed, he or she will get much better, in my opinion. I consider this as an opportunity to, as long as the person is up to the speed, and it's been and in due to some situation this thing happens later, it's an opportunity to strive more better opportunity outside. So it's nothing to scare about from my. It's all to do with the mindset. So mindset of a person. So nothing to scare us to be scared about. It's normal. It's a corporate industry. End of the day, businesses work. Sometimes it doesn't work. If it doesn't work and the person is laid off, be it be 10 years, 15, 30, 20, 30, doesn't matter. Years of experience. There are
Okay.
jobs in the market for each category. The person has to be up to the speed.
Okay.
तीसरे क्वेश्चन में उन्होंने बताया जो स्पीड में आज का इंडस्ट्री बदल और चेंज हो रहा है वो पिछले 10 साल से बहुत फास्ट है और अगले 10 साल में और भी फास्ट होगा. अ पर्सन शुड बी कंटिन्यूसली इवॉल्विंग एंड कैचिंग अप विद द लेटेस्ट स्किल्स एंड ट्रेंड्स. और अगर कभी ले ऑफ हो भी जाता है तो इसको दिल पे मत लगाओ रे. इसको अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह देखो टू स्ट्राइव समथिंग इवन बेटर.
Okay. One last question I would like to ask. I would like you to summarize in within 1 or 2 minutes. What are the habits that contribute to making a person highly effective in their career, as you are very much effective and idol of everyone in the family? So, how would you take this?
Uh, See, the communication skills is the first and foremost when you're talking about the habit. So the communication should be absolutely clear. Okay, absolutely clear meaning that it should be the both the parties or the relevant parties who are been involved has to be clear on their tasks, their timelines. We have to block the time for critical activities uh, to make sure that we are able to deliver the things on time. There has to be a proactive approach. Okay, it's when I say proactive approach, meaning if there are any hiccups, if any task has been given, and uh, if there are some delays due to some external dependencies, then those delays should be proactively been brought up to the program, to the management, to make sure. So this is what I call a proactive approach, to highlight the risk at the right time and take actions, the corrective actions at the right time. Have a continuous learning. So once you have uh, delivered a project, okay, there has to be a retrospective. Retrospective meaning checking up what went well, what went wrong, how can we do better, and what out of the things which went well, how can we carry forward and use across other streams.
Okay.
Um so this is what I call it retrospective and continuous learning and self-awareness. Having being self-aware about your capabilities, about your leadership, and keep on learning. Make sure
Okay.
you have some work-life balance. Do activities out of the work to keep your mind focused at work as well. Yeah, more or less, this is it.
Yes.
With all these are the key items to be more effective, to be effective in the career.
Okay.
हैबिट्स में उन्होंने बताया तुम्हारा कम्युनिकेशन क्लियर एंड क्रिस्प होना चाहिए. वन शुड डेवलप अ प्रोएक्टिव अप्रोच वेर दे हाईलाइट रिस्क एट द राइट टाइम एंड टेक करेक्टिव एक्शंस एट द करेक्ट पॉइंट. एक इंसान को कंटिन्यूस लर्निंग करना चाहिए और रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव होना चाहिए क्या अच्छा हुआ, क्या गलत हुआ, क्या अच्छा हो सकता था, जो अच्छा हुआ है उसको और आगे कैसे लेके जाए, इस बारे में सोचो। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, सेल्फ अवेयर रहो। हम कितने पानी में हैं ये हमको पता होना चाहिए, नहीं तो हम डूब जाएंगे ना भाई। Thank you so much for your time and your answers. I really loved them a lot, especially the habits that you asked to develop. I did not see these things implyable in my daily life, but would definitely try to take these qualities from you. And thank you so much for your time.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Thank you.
Wish you good luck, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.